Friends, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to explore JavaScript Attack in DVWA at medium security level. As you know, JavaScript is one of the most important technologies when we build websites because it can make our websites to run more efficiently and interactively. However, security of application cannot rely on JavaScript, which is called client-side control. This can be bypassed easily. Before we go ahead, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. So now, let's get started. Let's access DVWA or DEM vulnerable web application. First of all, we need to set the security level to medium. And then we can navigate to JavaScript attacks. So as in the previous video, we are presented with the similar page. Submit the word success to win. And the default value of this input field is change me. And we can try to submit without change. And we got this message or error message. You got the phrase wrong. So how about we change this phrase to success? Maybe, yes, success. And then submit it. However, as in the previous video, we were dealing with low security level. We got the same or similar error, invalid token. So I think our job is to get valid token to have the challenge done. In order to do that, we need to analyze request and response between client and server. And the easiest way to do that is to launch Burp Suite. Okay, let me do that step by step. We can set the Foxy proxy to Burp Suite, and then we can launch Burp Suite. Click OK. And next, start Burp Suite. We can make the window the largest so you can see what's going on exactly. At the top, we can navigate to Proxy tab, and then we can trigger or send or submit this phrase again. You see, Burp Suite has intercepted the request for us. So besides these two key value pairs, we notice there is token involved. And the token has some sort of pattern, XS, and in the end is XS or double X. But in the middle, we don't know what it means. So how about we, because this token should be generated by JavaScript on the client. So let me change this word or phrase to success. And then we can submit this request. Yes, we got this new request. So this time the phrase has been changed to success. However, the token, I forgot to note the token down, but we can do it now. We can copy and paste in here. So let's go back to the browser and submit it one more time. Oh yes, forward. And then we can get this key value pairs. We can copy. So why, the token was not changed correspondingly? Very weird, right? Because we have already changed the phrase from this one to success. So now I think it's a time to look at JavaScript code. Let me go back to the browser. Of course, you can view the source code because here we can get this piece of information or JavaScript code. In the real engagement, we will not be given this, or such source code. But as said, JavaScript code is client-side control. It's almost certain we can get this code in the source code. Okay, let me scroll down. And you can notice this link. Okay, this is the inner JavaScript link, and we can open it. Although we have already got back the JavaScript code, but it's very difficult to understand. So how to do? I think we can utilize online service to beautify. We can copy and go to, we can use the Google and query JavaScript beautifier and open it. Now we can put our JavaScript code on the left and then click a button, beautify code, and then we can copy entire code and paste in here. So now I think to understand how the token is generated, we need to understand JavaScript code here. I think the 3 blocks in this JavaScript code: function definition, or custom or user-defined function, and this one is function, user-defined function. The name are very similar, do something, and the parameter name is the same, E. This is also E. But in the middle, the second block is how the JavaScript start its execution. Set a timeout and do something. It means, we'll wait because, this function, this is a built-in JavaScript function. Before call this function, this one, and pass the parameter or pass the input $X, the engine will wait 300 milliseconds. So I think this is the reason, this was the reason why we got the same token earlier, because I sent the request immediately without waiting. Okay, I've already explained this built-in function. So now I'd like to explain this block, the first block. Define the function, do something. And so this is the for loop, okay? And set the variable t as empty string initially. And then, this is the integer. Get the length of the string, what we input. Of course, should -1. And this is the condition. Whenever n is larger or equal 0, the loop, everything in the loop will be executed. But this one, not plus plus. Here is minus minus. This means, we'll get the, this is the body of the loop, or the actual statement will be executed in this for loop. So this index, and the first letter, what will be extracted is the last one, okay? Because this is the n. And then we'll do the iteration n -1 and get the second last character. You get my idea. So basically, the t, or the result or returned value of this function is the reverse of this string, okay? So now I'd like to explain this function, do else something. So, the token element, just we have written in the request body. So the value should be should be set to this value, okay? And the outside is calling the function defined here. But the value, or the value what we input to this function is this one. So the e, because this one would be called here, so e would be double x. And then this double x should be concatenated to the phrase, okay? The phrase here, for example, if we pass the change me, the phrase should be change me. And similarly, if we pass or submit success, the phrase should be success. And then in the end would be, we append the double x to, this part, and then do the reverse operation, okay? So let me explain. So when we submit success, and this part would be xs success, and then append another double x. But then we'll call this function to do reverse operation, okay? So xs ss e c c u s xs. You get my point, right? Very simple. So now let me copy, because up to now we have really know how the token is generated. So we can, I think we can repeat this process. We can copy, and let's go back to the Burp Suite. Repeater, no, proxy, and we can submit. And the token should be this, of course, and the phrase should be success. Okay, so now we can forward this request. Let's go back to the browser. Yes, we got the message, well done. So now we have already completed the medium security level of JavaScript attacks. I think the key step in this video, or to get this challenge done, is to understand JavaScript code or logic of JavaScript code, and then we can repeat the same logic to generate required token. Okay, with that being said, that's pretty much it. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a good day.